them and back this off, they're going to keep coming back. We have to understand it's a long-term fight we're in. And then when we do back them off, people say, oh, look, everything's okay. We have to realize that that's also the psyop they're running.
Agreed. We also need to show our flags. We need to start putting our flags back up and stop being afraid to be showing that this is our country, our flag. Well,
we're seeing massive censorship on Facebook and at people's houses and other places with the Gadsden flag, the Don't Tread on Me, that George Washington used, that the Marine Corps uses. What's wrong with an American saying, don't tread on me, I'm not a slave? That upsets the globalists because they think they own the police, they own the military, they own the people. We've got to say, no, you don't own me. I mean, they've got in fact, will you guys print me Rob Dew's article about National Slave Bill enters committee? I think that was the InfoWars headline. That bill is introduced for national forced service. I appreciate your call, Karen. Let's talk to John in Oklahoma, who's police. John, thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on the military training with the police for cordon and search and shutdown of cities and gun confiscation like we saw in Katrina?
Well, I think it's an obvious violation of the Constitution. You can't do that. It's an obvious, I mean, isn't there something called posse comitatus?
Well, they've blown holes in it.
We can't do that.
Absolutely. I mean, what's your view as a police officer? What are the other police saying? Or are they aware of this, of the transformation taking place?
From what I can tell, there's, at least where I work, there's not a lot of people that know what's going on, but every once in a while I do run into one during training and so on and so forth.
Well, what about a military culture being taught to police, which is go out there and fight the enemy?
Well, that's just it. I believe that's where it's coming from. I think that that's how they're getting officers to go along with it, is through training them that everyone wants to kill you, and there's an immediate threat around every corner, and there's that sort of thing. Possibly, some people might refer to it as brainwashing.
Well, I've looked at the statistics. The number one thing that's killing cops is police being told to patrol roads that don't have a big enough shoulder, and I see police constantly hanging their butts out, and I try to go around them, and I mean, many more police, you can pull the numbers up, get killed, being run over by cars than they do by people shooting them. And I watch police, and I notice here in Austin, they'll pull over, one time 2 old ladies in a convertible car, and the cop had his hand on his gun and was acting scared. And I've had cops pull me over, and they're acting scared. And I just don't understand why. And they've been taught to not, and I want you to speak to this, John, and correct me if I'm wrong in your area, to not be able to discriminate. And I don't mean by color, but by using common sense, of who looks like they're dangerous and who doesn't. They're just taught, and I've seen this in federal training manuals, about that priest may be a killer, that woman with a baby carriage. It's who you least expect, when actual reality shows it's the opposite, and it actually gets more cops killed because they're just in a constant state of thinking everybody wants to kill them. They lose their discernment. Any views on that?
Absolutely, you pinned the tail on the donkey with that one. That's exactly what's causing it. They're trying to train officers that there's a constant threat of being murdered, and it's not true. That's how they're going to get guys to go along with it.
And the government loves them, and the feds have got training, and they care about them. But, I mean, are the police upset about the MIAC report, federally written and issued to states? Missouri was the first one that got leaked, where they say returning vets, gun owners. I mean, now the White House has said publicly, this whole thing is for basically people that have a John Wayne portrait in their house.
Well, the problem is most officers haven't even read the Constitution. They don't know anything about the MIAC report. You see what I'm saying?
No, yes, sir, I do. Break down any other points you've got for us, or what you think about the police being trained for total shutdowns of cities.
Well, I believe it's definitely going on. There, you can see officers from tiny, 3- and 4-man agencies at SWAT schools and these types of tactical type training schools, you'll see them from all over. You know, they're not just doing it in metropolitan areas; they're doing it in rural areas.
And they're now having SWAT teams in the last decades run these swarms where on the highway they're in their gear searching people, and it's all about intimidation. Police chiefs have said that. Just searching people en masse. I went to down to the Comal River this weekend in New Braunfels, and I don't know if I'll go back because there were checkpoints everywhere. There were cops with cameras at high noon taking photos of people, and they looked crazed. It looked like when I've been in Venezuela or Nicaragua not Venezuela, but Nicaragua or Mexico or on the border of Guatemala. I mean, they look. I mean, you know what a third world looks like. They look crazed.
Yes, that's exactly right. I don't understand it. I can't. I don't understand where they're getting these guys. I was fortunate before I became a police officer. I knew the truth. I knew about the things that were going on, and I was a listener of your program, and so I'm fortunate. Not everybody has been blessed with the gift of knowledge prior to becoming a police officer.
What would happen to you, John, if you started trying to educate the other officers? Would they demote you or run you out?
Oh, they would try, I suppose. But you know, I think a lot of times when officers know what's going on, they're just kind of maybe ignored. You know, I've asked other officers if they would go along with gun confiscations, and some have said yes. And every once in a while, you'll meet one that will say no, absolutely not. You know.
But that's a no-brainer. That's illegal.
Yes.
I mean, what happened in Katrina was illegal. It came out it was illegal, but still they accelerate the training. I mean, you can see the massive paramilitary buildup, and its entire architecture is pointed at the American people, and they admit it's for us. I mean, this is high treason, and now they admit 854,000 private spies, and they're going to replace the police with private contractors. I mean, this is really happening, and I just wish we could reach out to these cops, but the average cop more and more is on a power trip.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely. I see it every time I go to work. Every night. I'm sick of it.
That's not
what we're here for.
They've replaced
we're supposed to help people.
Well, they've replaced the guardian spirit that is of God with this thug predator spirit. And any other points? I appreciate your call. Anything else?
That's it, Alex. Thank you.
I appreciate your call. God bless you. Okay, we're going to talk to Robert and Chris and others, former military. One's military, one's former military, about this when we come back. This is the conversion of America from a free society to a thug society. And it's all about robbing you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Hi, I'm Mark Craighead, founder of Crossbreed Holsters. I designed our top-selling holster, the Super Tuck Deluxe, to solve the problems of being poked, pinched, and gouged while carrying concealed. The Super Tuck Deluxe is the most comfortable, most concealable holster on the market today. We offer a 2-week free trial and a lifetime warranty.
Visit us at crossbreedholsters.com. Don't forget, crossbreedholsters.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement,